Good afternoon. This is Tamara Sweeney from Love Dominates. I'm here in Vatican City. Um, and this video is going to be for our children. I'm praying that each and every one of you could send this out to your children, because I want to bullet point some signs of how to figure out, or how a child can figure out that they are being brainwashed and are going through parental alienation. So, I have some notes here. I'm probably going to be looking at my notes, but I do know some basic bullet points and signs of what I have gone through personally. Anyway, if this is a child watching this video, first I want to congratulate you. I want to say how smart you are for doing your due diligence and figuring out something is not wrong. You probably went with your gut feeling, or you were taught to lie, or something made you do this, and that's a big step. That's a first big step, and congratulations. And second of all, I do want to let you know that if you're estranged from a parent, a grandparent, a relative, anyone, it's wrong. And more than likely, somebody manipulated the situation, did that divide and conquer, told some lies so that you couldn't be with that person. So, if I'm speaking to the child right now, I want you to really do some homework, and really think about what's right and what's wrong. If you're told to hate, or you're told to lie, or you're told to manipulate, right there, that is so wrong. And you probably felt that in your gut. So if that is the case in your home, then the parent that has been estranged from you, or the grandparent, that parent is probably telling the truth. And just know that that parent loves you, absolutely loves you. And is trying to get to you, but it's next to impossible, because the targeted parent is blocked from any communications, from schools, from doctor's appointments, from your whole life. So you really need to do your homework. So I am just going to sit here and go over some signs, but I do want to tell you that parental alienation is not to be taken lightly. It should be taken very seriously, because it is mental, psychological child abuse. Every child, too, has the right to love both parents. And I know deep down inside that you love that other parent, even though you've been told a lot of things about that parent, and you feel that hatred and you feel that anger. It's not real. It's not real. You were taught those behaviors, and you were fed lies. So that's going to be a hard thing to change. But if you can reach down to your soul, your heart, just put love in your heart, forgiveness, because there should have been no reason that you disrespected or hated a parent or a grandparent. Okay, so parental alienation is a consistent set of behaviors that seek to drive a wedge between a parent and a child, grandparent and a child. These methods or behaviors of parental alienation can be very subtle. So in other words, they were making a child feel guilty for spending time with that other parent. Or more deliberate, like throwing away letters, gifts, anything that resembles that other parent. In my own personal experience, what my children went through was, as soon as I asked for a divorce, the pictures in the house of me were turned upside down, where they poked a pencil through it, drew mustaches on my face. Just completely disrespected. I'm trying to think of other examples. There was another example. I bought my son a watch, and he had to take it off before he went into the house. I put posters up on my lawn, and the alienated parent would take them down. So I couldn't do birthdays, I couldn't do anything. But these are signs. If that other parent is not allowing you to get in touch with that targeted parent, then that is the biggest sign. Another one was in court and telling, the alienator would always tell other people that, you know, he wants so bad for our children to have a relationship with me, the targeted parent. He wants that so bad, but he's not going to force the children. If you hear that word, he's not going to force you to, then he's already brainwashed you. And for a parent not to force their children to go see that other loving parent, well, then he's not human or she's not human. That's not normal behaviors in real reality, or in the real world. How parents are supposed to act, they are supposed to be one united front. They are supposed to support each other. They're not supposed to put the children in the middle, and they are not supposed to allow the children to make adult decisions on raising your kids. So it should be the two parents united on disciplining, on religion, on every single decision that you have to make. The child should not be in between there. If your alienated parent is having you text or email that targeted parent saying, well, I'll allow you to come to my prom if you do this, or you know, I need my passport, or, you know, but you have to do this. A child does not give a parent ultimatums. A child does not demand things of another parent. That doesn't happen in the real world. My children, they were demanding things of me. And if I didn't do it, then they said they'd never talk to me again. So my kids were trying to get me to admit things that I did not do, and they were demanding these things of me. So in the beginning, I called their bluff, and I actually admitted things I didn't do, and they still didn't come around. And then at the end, I stuck to my guns, and I'm role modeling that, you know, you don't admit to things that you don't do. You don't have a child tell a parent what to do. That is so wrong. It's so wrong. Yes, we take in consideration of your feelings, but a child doesn't tell or demand things of a parent. It's wrong. So if that alienated parent is doing that, you're on the wrong side of the fence. I don't know how else to say this, but I'm just trying to be brutally honest with you. A child is a child, an adult is an adult. Let me try to get some more examples. The basics are, if you're not allowed to call, you're not allowed to text, or what might have happened already is that alienating parent has played the victim so well that you feel so guilty deep down inside that you will never talk to that targeted parent. And the reason for that is you already know that they have unconditional love for you, and they will accept you beating them down. Just so you know, it's not right. It's very painful. It's very hard for that parent to hear nasty things, ungodly verbiage from a child. That should, you know, there should be no cursing, there should be no bad mouthing, there should be no judging that other parent. You are here just to love your parents. God wants you to love both of your parents, and that's what you should be doing. I also wanted to explain that I'm a person that is completely honest, and I told my fourth child the truth of what was going on. Now, my fourth child can turn that around and say, well, you spoke ill of your father. No, I didn't. I stated facts, and in the beginning, yes, maybe I did, but it's so painful because I had my children for 17 years and they were ripped away from me for no reason at all. It feels like I went through a kidnapping. So, anyway, I released my son. I let him go back to his father, the Alienator, and now he's living with his siblings. He doesn't have the stress of moving back and forth, but now he's learning all the bad behaviors of a narcissistic parent. And I don't know if my children were ever figured out. It took me 20 years to figure out all the lies, all the control, all the manipulation, all the power. You do not want to be in that. You want to get out. You want to be independent. You want to be free. You want to be able, you are free to love whomever you want. That is the bottom line. You are free to love whoever you want. And I also did tell him that, he should always love both parents. You might not like the decisions your parents made, but you still love and respect both parents. The best thing I could tell you, too, that would help you as a child or as an adult child, do not involve the courts. Do not involve CPS, Child Protective Services. Do not involve lawyers, judges, police officers. They will make it worse for you. They are people that you should not trust. The only people you should trust, well, you have to go with your gut feeling. It should be your parents, and you should be able to trust both parents. But if one has NPD or has narcissistic abilities, you should really research narcissism, sociopath, psychopath, see if there's any signs of your parent doing that. But the signs of an alienator, they're usually anger, they have hatred, bitterness, vindictiveness. They make you lie. They make you manipulate. There's also more than likely alcoholism, drugs, gambling. Think about it. Someone who gambles, they learn how to lie. Alcoholism is depression. Drugs is depression. So the parent that is not drinking is probably more the stable one. Anyway, I know this video went longer than I expected, but the bottom line is, even God, here in Vatican City, God does not want you away from your parents. You're supposed to love both parents. Love thy neighbor. This is why I have Love Dominates. My message is to have compassion over judgment, to choose love over hate in every decision that you make. Equality. Treat people the way you want to be treated. We are one human race. One human race. That means what we should be doing, and this is how I picture it, and this is how I think of it. God created lots of cultures, lots of different colors. I don't care if you're black, white, orange, purple, whatever. We are one human race. We should all be treated equally. There's no one above you. There's nobody below you. You should be treated equally. You need to love thy neighbor. Because in life, love is the ultimate power. Love is the cure for everything. And love dominates. So please, please, if this is a child listening to this, reach out to that parent. Reach out to that alienated family member, whether it's a parent, a grandparent. Please If you have to, sneak and reach out to them and try to figure out a way that you can stay in touch with them, because I guarantee you that parent loves you more than anything in this world, because that's what we do. And we only want the best for you, and we only want you to be happy in life. Sometimes life, throws curveballs, but you just have to handle it the right way. So please, please reach out to that parent, because you're just hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself in growing up and learning how to have your own relationships. And you need both parents to role model that for you. Okay. This is very long and I apologize. Anyway, love dominates. Love dominates. And say goodbye to Vatican City. God loves you.